Dude, I don't want them to fuck up a championship. This is a championship team if it just has parts that I know the D'Antonis of the world don't care about, but even the Houston Rockets had P.J. Tucker and Capella. There's nothing like that on this team. Can they find it?
We need to trade for a center. With the other option we have, we need to sign like a solid 3 or 4 with that mid-level money.
I think they're waiting for the buyout market for the MLE.
Right, but they could use the Dinwiddie exception in a trade, so they could set a second-round pick. And honestly, I think they're going to trade Dinwiddie at some point. They'll trade him to someone who's got somebody on like a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal, paying him like $12 to $15 million a year that they want to get rid of, but he'd be useful for the Nets.
Do you know how good they'd be if they had Aaron Gordon? They can't get Aaron Gordon now, but do you know how good they'd be if they had
honestly,
Aaron
if they just didn't make the Shamet trade, they probably could have kept Jared Allen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they could have used that. If that's how I know
if they had Jared Allen right now, they'd probably win the title.
They changed their mind on Harden. I believe that because if they had traded him at the draft,
I think Houston. I think Houston just wasn't ready to do it.
No,
they were hoping they could work it out. And
if they were gonna do it, they could have gave them another draft pick instead of trading for Shamet. They could have traded. They could have used that pick in this draft in this trade. And I think Dinwiddie geting hurt scared the owner.
It's an absolute killer.
And the owner pressed
this
him.
is my last opinion of the night.
Mm-hmm.
They either have to trade Dinwiddie in the scenario I suggested, or they have to max him out as a free agent in the offseason. And then you keep him as a player, and if a deal comes about, you can move him and maybe take back multiple pieces that add up to his salary, you know?
I could change my mind next week because that's a good idea. It's sad, but that's a good idea.
You can't lose him.
You have 2 point guards now. They don't need another guard.
Totally agree, but they can't lose him for nothing, right? So they either have to trade him now, where I think you could take back like 120% of the amount of salary you send out in a trade. So he makes what, $12 million-ish a year. They could take somebody back making $14 million over a couple of years that maybe a team wants to get rid of. They either have to do that or they have to max him out and keep him for either an eventual trade or then he's just on your roster.
Yeah. I'd trade Harden.
Good night, Eve.
Yo, my name is Eve at Eve Darbooz. Yo, my man, Bam. You're always going to be Bam to me. I mean, in real life, I call you your real name. I call you your government name in real life. However, tell them where the good people can find you at on Twitter.
You could find me and somebody you follow menacing them.
telling basketball dweebs they're basketball dweebs. Yo.
Last things, the Net fans. I see us losing by 7 and like Durant dunks the ball and like everybody's all hyped up on Twitter because he dunked the ball. Who gives a shit? We're losing. It's about wins.
I'm
not excited about that shit. I like bounce passes.
The reason why I kill these guys is because this fan base, not me, fans like Bam, fans like Sam, fans who've been going, their parents and families and themselves been dragging their behinds to New Jersey all those years, right, when it wasn't in style to be a Brooklyn Nets fan. You guys deserve a championship. And when I'm mad and when I'm yelling at everybody on Twitter, I'm yelling for you guys. We deserve to win it all. And we're so close. They just have to do a couple of little things, man. Yo, my name is Eve Darbooz. Once again, this is the Front Office Pod. Thank you, my friend Bam. And we will talk later, everybody.